It's just Rhonda. Welcome to my channel. What's up, y'all? It's me, Rhonda. What's up, y'all? It's just Rhonda, and I'm back to talk about. What's up, y'all? It's just Rhonda. Welcome to my channel. It's Sunday. Sunday is where we meet up to talk about Love and Marriage Detroit. We on season 2, episode 5. Hope everybody's having a lovely Sunday. My Sunday's a little bit stressful. We're expecting another hurricane. Nothing fun about that. You know what? It's the season. It is what it is. And as Floridians, we deal with this thing. And this is what I don't understand. Like when we're under a hurricane warning, why are we at the grocery store being savages? It's so unnecessary. I mean, people over there pushing carts and driving crazy, like, they about to grab the last. Ain't no water. Ain't no water bottles. Won't be no bottled water, because it is what it is. You should have got it before this weekend. But the thing is, I don't think they've restocked from the last situation. That's what's horrible. So between now and Wednesday, I don't know if there will be bottled water or not, but y'all, water still comes out the faucet. Like, let's stop acting like, the sky's falling. Anyway, I had to get that off my chest. People are running around here acting like this is the first time they've ever had to do this. It's insane. Y'all, did I say like the video? Make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel. It's a very small thing. I'm not asking a whole lot. Hopefully you'll be entertained by what we're doing over here. Today we're going to do it from District 78. The people said Bravo was over there with a nice restaurant situation. I looked at the menu. It actually looks like really good. So next time I'm at the crib, I'm for sure gonna run through and see what's popping at District 78. Anyway, that's not where we are tonight. Tonight we're over here at Christina's birthday party. Now, last week they pretended like they was gonna give us this whole conversation that was taking place between Dr. Latoya and Anthony about how she's not going to the party. They skipped right over that. They just skipped over to him telling her how she's a doctor and a provider of opulence wine, and she's not going to let these people keep her down, and they are going to go to that party together as the Thompsons. And so she threw on her dress, and that's what they did. And I'm going to say over here at Christina's birthday party, the Thompsons made the best entrance. It was very fly. They pulled up in what I think was a Maserati. I'm not sure. I seen a crown on the hood. That's what I thought I saw. So I was like, okay. He had that slow motion. Like, who has the best party entries to me is that damn Love and Hip Hop. I love how they show up at an event. And it was giving a little bit of that, Anthony. The production on Anthony and Dr. Latoya's arrival, yeah, it was very dope. And then we kind of downhill from there. But anyway, they went into this party straight into a conversation with Chelsea. We might as well get that done and over with. Why would you show up early? If you would have just waited a little bit and other people would have been there, it would have been a little less awkward. You walk in the room and there's only Chelsea and Brandon standing there and some other lady. God talking, ain't that him, girl? Yeah, that's him. That's the one that was down to the restaurant acting a fool. Snapping fingers and things. What type of place is this? We have the lovely District 78, and I realize we can't have every event at different District 78, but this seems like the perfect place for a birthday party. Look, you got your we got the whole section right there. It's very swag. It's very, seems like elevated from the rest of the room, you know what I'm saying? Where you can, pop bottles and things. I'm just saying. But we not. We over here at a strip mall plaza. And it seems as though Brandon has borrowed some of the class and opulence that he learned from Dr. Latoya, because he's got bottles of wine. I don't know what kind of wine. I don't think it was opulence. We didn't see no labels. But there's bottles of wine sprinkled along the counter of this random building. Dr. Latoya and Anthony walk up to Brandon and Chelsea, and it's a little strange. And so we just get straight to it. We're going to go ahead and let Anthony catch him up on what happened over at the ring store. Brandon went ahead and told Anthony how they were at the ring store and things went kind of left. And, they got a little escalated and elevated in their communication with one another, and things basically didn't go well. That's what Brandon said. And then Chelsea said it didn't go well for her. It went just fine for me. And then Brandon started laughing. And then Chelsea started laughing. And then I started laughing because I was dead to the floor. I thought that shit was too funny. Brandon said, Jay standing there looking a fool, Dr. Latoya and Anthony, while Brandon and Chelsea laughing at y'all. Because Chelsea was over there calling you a foggy stooge and your stooge friend. Dr. Latoya is all appalled, as she always is, about how Chelsea called her out of her name. And Chelsea admits that was disrespectful. I did, call you out of your name, but the disrespect was intentional, though. She also admitted that some of that heat that Dr. Latoya was getting had a lot to do with Anthony and how he was acting a fool down to the wine event. I guess. I mean, at this point, Chelsea, you should let that go. It's been a long time ago. I know you was caught off guard, but Anthony is gonna always be popping off somewhere, and what do you need him to apologize for? You don't have to be around that man necessarily. Dr. Latoya, I don't have time for this. She done walked in the door already. This is beneath me. I wonder what places she goes where, things are beneath her. Because her homegirl, that can't be it. Was she at the soiree? Was she at the soiree? We'll get to that. Anthony said he's not about to go on no apology tour. And I'm like, Anthony, ain't nobody asked you to go on no apology tour. You can apologize to this lady. Y'all talk about how disrespectful it was for her to call this girl a foggy stooge, but you were over there telling her she ain't a boss and calling her a little girl. So Dr. Latoya didn't seem appalled that day when your husband attacked this lady that we just met a few minutes ago. Because she called him out on being in people's business politely. Anyway, Brandon said they need to chill. He not trying to. We at the party now. Now, Christina gonna be here in a minute, and y'all's silliness is not gonna prevent me from getting back into the crib. How is that supposed to happen, Brandon? Chelsea's like, okay, lady, I'm sorry I called you a foggy stooge. Now, can we just agree to disagree? Started what are the clean slate and things. Shortly after that, Colby and Russell walk in, and Colby brought her attitude with her. I really liked Colby last season. This season, she's getting on my last nerve. She walked in the room with a stank face because Colby, this is Christina's birthday. You knew this lady Chelsea was gonna be there. You came there just ready to. There's Chelsea. Then after Colby and Russell came in, Christina's not far behind. They show her walking through a wet parking lot by herself in the dark, in front of some gas pumps, it looked like. I was like, what the hell? They should have just went over District 78. I'm sorry. For my party, I want to be in some random room in a friggin', what do you call it? Plaza, parking lot, strip mall. So Chelsea's in there just like the birthday girl, directing the people how to cheer for Christina when she walks in the room. And everybody had on black, except for Jessica Rabbit over here with her red dress and her red gloves. Y'all are funny. Y'all be performing. Whose idea was that, Brandon? Did Brandon set the stage? This is what we're going to do. We're going to put wine bottles all around the back counter. So when the people come in, that's the first thing they see. Even though we're not like selling wine or nothing to do with wine, but that's cool. It just looks cool. So just do that. They walked around together. I think Chelsea is like the design team that Brandon put together. So she's like, yeah. We said that the candle situation was cute or whatever. And then for some reason, he decided that you are going to wear a red dress and hold a microphone and host the event. Because it's a birthday party. And all birthday parties need a host with a microphone, Brandon. Anyway. Here come Christina walking through the parking lot by her damn self into the drums of the African ancestors. She was coming to America for her birthday. I mean, I guess they get straight to the business. So before she can even take her little shawl off, they go straight to Brandon holding her hand in the middle of the room, crying with no tears about how she has held him down and things. He gets down on one knee for a minute and he presents her with her new ring. I mean, the ring didn't mean a thing the first time. He was over at the wedding, outwardly flirting with girls. He only came over here to smack the cakes, and he knew he couldn't do that without providing a matrimony. Brandon came to the table with a flirtatious nature and a cheating spirit. He was not carrying any type of fruits of the spirit, Christina. The spirit was not fruitful. But y'all can go over here and have a ring ceremony at your birthday party, child, because Brandon, once again, exactly like the time when he got married the first time, is over here trying to smash. Look at all this stuff I did. At the very least, you can give me some booty, girl. Everybody sits down. The dinner table's all awkward because nobody's talking. Well, what an interesting group of people to sit together. Brandon, you're such an amazing party planner. How you sit together all these people that are angry and don't, in the mood to have a conversation. Chelsea has a bullseye. She's just sitting there in a red dress, all eyes on her. Where was the birthday girl sitting? I don't know. Next to Brandon, I guess. Christine is all like, why are y'all, what's happening? Why is everybody acting all weird? And Dr. Latoya is like, well, your little friend Chelsea here was over here being disrespectful. We went over to, pick out the ring with Brandon, invited myself and Colby, and then your friend Chelsea decided she would call us out of our name. But she apologized. We handled that like at the front part when I walked in the door. And Colby's like, who did she apologize to? Not to me. I didn't receive any types of apology. Chelsea's like, yeah, I said I was over there being disrespectful and name calling. You're not supposed to call a pregnant lady a stooge. The disrespect was major because I'm with child. That's what Colby said. Colby, you don't like your own child, allegedly, right now, because it's a girl. That's disrespectful, Colby. You want this girl to respect your pregnancy? You respect it. Keep your mouth shut when people are arguing back and forth with each other, especially when it doesn't have nothing to do with you. Basically, that's what Chelsea told her, girl, you brought yourself over here. Now, calm yourself down. Calm down, little girl. Everybody was like, I was like, what is we clutching our pearls for? Yes, calm down. You're the one that's pregnant. Here you go again. I didn't ask you to enter the conversation that I was having with Dr. Latoya over here, but that's what you did. And then now you want to claim you were with child. You don't have any children. You don't know what it's like to carry life. Colby, I'm Bravo and Lakita. They're like, what the? Every time we come hang out, these people. Colby, if you're that freaking fragile that somebody can't call you a stooge without you, losing your shit, like call her a stooge back. It's really not that serious. You shouldn't leave a house if you're talking about being disrespectful to a pregnant woman. Sure. I wasn't feeling well. Well, when did you not start feeling well? Why was you over there? You weren't feeling well, but you came out of your house with your pregnant self to come over to help Brandon pick a ring for Christina, who you ain't even really been talking to, child. Instead of texting Brandon and said, Brandon, I love you, but I'm really not feeling too well. I can't come. Dr. Latoya, take the floor. No, because Dr. Latoya doesn't take the floor. She needs backup all the time. She says she bought it. I can't tell. I don't know what she's feeling like tonight, but this is Christina. Y'all are a fun birthday group. They're sitting around talking. Christina brings up the brunch. And she said, you know, me and this Kimberly lady, we're supposed to meet up, but over at the brunch, she was having these crocodile tears, and I was not to be manipulated again by those tears that she be bringing up. I've heard it before. Not buying it. And Anthony's all, Christina's talking about Kimberly at her birthday party. It's giving weirdo vibes. Anthony, you're a weirdo. Dr. Latoya ambushed Christina at the brunch. She brought that Kimberly lady over there without telling her. This Kimberly lady sat up at the table and was, you know, all up in her feelings, having tears and things, talking about how much she felt like this lady was her sister. And I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Dr. Latoya was supposed to be bringing this girl over here to kind of start building their friendship again together. But that's not what she did. And nobody asked to build no friendship with Kimberly. Christina didn't. She's just sitting at the table, like, doesn't it make sense to sit at the table and talk about the things that happened the last time? Last time I seen you, girl, we were sitting at that brunch. And you brought your friend with her crocodile tears. Barbara was like, these people stay having issues. Every time we all get together, somebody got an issue. Brandon said he don't care who these people have issues with, as long as he gets smashed at the end of the night. And, you know, like I said, it seems like Brandon is exactly where he was, you know, when you met him all those years ago. So we move on to the Star Factory, and there was some vandalism that took place over there. Apparently, Brandon has tenants that rent spaces from him. And I was like, okay, no, that makes sense. See, when you say it like that, Brandon, that you have this building where you rent tenants to, and you also have the Star Factory, you know, where you like over there building stars and things, it would make sense to me. It like puts a picture into like what y'all do for a living. Property management on a building that you own don't seem like a bad idea if you could purchase a building. Okay, Brandon? Martell, Brandon has a whole building over here with renters. Did you rent that house out yet? I'm sorry, we ain't at Huntsville. We're at Detroit. Brandon says, you know, I need your help. I need you to be part of my life and come over here and take care of things. Maybe you should be the property manager. She's like, nope. I'm not really cut out for that property management type situation. But what I will do is come over here, redecorate a little bit, and have somebody come repair some of this damage that this lady did. That was crazy though, honestly. Like, this is why, and she's right. You're gonna have to change, like, stop renting your place out to rappers. Sorry, rappers. But this is the types of shit y'all do. Rent your rooms out to somebody, you know, who's a piano teacher or something. I don't know. I don't know what neighborhood that is over there behind that Jiffy Lube, wherever the Star Factory is, child, but you need to reconsider your tenants. Not the unruly ones. Coming here tearing up your shit. They're looking at each other all goofy, like they want a tasty snack. I don't think that was ever their problem necessarily. They didn't say they didn't like sleeping with each other. That's what got them together in the first place, according to Brandon. She just couldn't get him at home. So the Thompsons are going to Disney, and they're sitting over here talking about the money they're going to be spending. Well, one thing is for sure, you're bringing your kids to Disney. How many is it? 3? You're bringing your kids to Disney, you for sure going to be spending some money. I feel like I went to Disney many times when I was a child in Michigan. That was like part of my summer vacation. So, you know, y'all are talking about spoiling your kids. I mean, Disney is an experience for your family, and definitely worth it. Like, whatever your budget is, I feel like a lot of people can make that happen, depending on how many kids you got, because it's really expensive now. But y'all are rich, y'all are opulent. She's over here micromanaging the packing situation, and she's not good at it. The Dr. Latoya, you suck at managing packing because I don't know why everybody got to drag their luggage over here in the living room so you can watch what they pack. Maybe you should everybody take their luggage to their own room. And why can't Ava bring her dolly? I mean, Florida is a long ways away from Detroit. You and Anthony sit up here going back. She's my princess. She can have whatever she wants. I just don't like it. You just give her everything. Is this the thing that the Colby doesn't like over there? Because now the little girls is gonna be princesses and she's just gonna be mom and wife. Congratulations. I feel like the Latoya be looking for an issue when there isn't one. Did you feed the kids? Did they eat healthy? Can this little girl Ava bring her dolly? Why? Why can't she bring her dolly? Because I just want to teach her discipline. Okay, mommy dearest. That's why you should have took everybody to their own room. You were the one that involved Anthony in the luggage packing. And I bet you Anthony packed his own luggage because you don't know what fits he want to rock on his vacation. I'll be damned. I'm not packing your luggage now. I might assist. Have me figuring out what what we're wearing. Maybe we do that together. I don't know. It depends on like when you're going over the itinerary and you'd be like, oh, I can wear this. It could be a couple things. I'm just saying, I'm not having people drag their luggage all to the living room for we can drag one thing out at a time away from my closet. You're a great organizer, Dr. Latoya. They talk about giving to their children out of guilt. Like I said, I don't know. I don't feel like that's a thing. If you could take your kids to Disney World, I don't feel like that's like spoiling them or doing too much, or need to come out of guilt. I feel like even if you don't need to feel guilty to do that. It's just, one of those things. Now I'm trying to figure out who's spoiling the children because first they said that this lady was over here trying to discipline the children. She was about to knock one of them out at some point. Now they're over here saying that she's giving all this giving to the children because, she feels guilty that she's not there and they compare it to her parent. Well, they don't compare it. And then Anthony brings up that maybe she feels this way because her parents were pastors. And I don't know. I know 2 seconds ago, Anthony was the one that's giving too much. And now Dr. Latoya is over here being too whatever he called her, easy. I don't know. The holiday soiree. Okay, or a little party at a restaurant, but I'd rather do a soiree at a little restaurant than do a birthday party at a building in a parking lot at a plaza. They give it back to the community, and that's the smart thing to do. I don't know what restaurant that was over there at. Colby came to the party, but I did not see Dr. Latoya. Maybe Dr. Latoya had other arrangements, or Dr. Latoya did not want to be here having a conversation about Christina after she already said she was gonna mend fences with her. We're supposed to be doing the right thing. Let Colby do it. Now they're sitting up here, Colby and Kimberly, can you believe that? Colby, Kimberly, Christina. Y'all are so mean. Having us over here with these tongue twisters and things. Anyway, Colby and Kimberly are sitting down here at the soiree discussing, the birthday party that was Christina's. And I'm like, oh, at your event, you're discussing Christina, Kimberly? Is that weirdo vibes or not? Colby act like she didn't want to bring it up. So she gonna ask the lady, did she hear about it? And then she said her friend told her what was said. Clearly verbatim, like word by word. Like she recorded the conversation and ran it back to her friend because she had a lot of details. And they sit over here talking about how they consider Christina a sister. Why? How tight does the relationship have to become before you consider someone a sister? And if you are so tight with someone that you consider them a sister, then why do you feel like you need to be giving them chance after chance after chance to prove themselves to you? It's not making sense. Colby, You and Christina fell out over something stupid. It didn't even have to be a thing necessarily. It felt more like a misunderstanding, and both of y'all are princesses, so nobody wanted to take responsibility in their part of that little telephone game that y'all had going on about that lady's jewelry design thing. And for me, I would be like, okay, I guess she doesn't want to do it. Maybe she just doesn't want to say that, and it wouldn't have been a thing. And then Christina's husband, Brandon, was over there calling that lady a Colby cat. So they took a situation and, Brandon threw a little fuel to the fire, and they really have a nothing disagreement. They can still be sisters. Kimberly, I don't think I would want to be your sister. You're a mean big sister. I also feel like she talks about this lady not reciprocating, the friendship for the most part. And I feel like love languages are so easily confused, I think, because, if your love language is words of affirmation and my love language is acts of service, I'm thinking that I'm showing you, appreciation by the things I'm doing when you really just want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? And then vice versa. You be saying all the things, but I'm gonna need you to do something. So sometimes the love languages don't necessarily communicate the best. So maybe you could have just had a conversation. I don't know, Kimberly, what conversation it is that you're looking for from Christina. I don't get it. Now Colby is sitting up there talking about, well, now that I'm listening to Kimberly's experience with Christina has me questioning my own. And I'm like, putting the balls back up. Why? Now she do something again, you know what I'm saying, that makes you feel some type of way, then you can be like, okay, girl, I'm not gonna keep giving you a chance. But I don't feel like y'all really had a thing. Kimberly says she was invested in this relationship for 4 years. That's a long time. She said Christina's behavior was duplicitous. And I'm like, duplicitous? Really? Like, I mean, she was like plotting and a terror, and it was it that bad for 4 years? She was that bad for 4 years, and the best that you could come up with is your mediocre phone? Colby was like, well, I'm listening to you and you seem hurt. And when I heard her, that she seemed hurt too. And maybe y'all should try talking to each other instead of, Kimberly's like, yeah, talking to each other instead of taking it to the streets and telling anybody in the world that'll listen. And I was like, I mean, I see Dr. LaToya talking. I guess, child. She might have told, what's her friend's name, Chelsea? I get to tell people about my interaction with you. So Christina and Chelsea is back in the studio, pretending to be rehearsing for something that's not actually happening. They invited Lakita. Lakita's like, why am I here? I did not come over here for a dance class. I'm not doing that. So, girl, don't worry about it. They're not doing that either. They've been best friends for I don't know how long, but out the blue, she just decided because she kicked Brandon out the house, she wants Chelsea to teach her some dance moves. Which at the end of the day, she's not even doing. Her hopes and her dreams and everything that she gave up for Brandon, she's still not putting her energy into it. And she can't blame him. Honestly, what are you doing? Why can't you manage the property? I mean, they did agree to work on that thing together. So that's, Brandon, don't put all your shit off on me. Yeah, work together. I like that option. If y'all are going to continue this thing that, y'all journey that y'all are on. Chelsea says she's unclear on how these friendships work over there. Now, if you say something to me, am I not supposed to be able to say something back to you? Because that's not going to happen, because I'm going to say my part. If you say your part, I'm going to say my part. Then you got to have people jumping into conversations. Christina's like, yeah, if you talk to LaToya, then Anthony going to jump in. And she's like, and if you talk to LaToya, Colby going to jump in too. I'm not talking about Anthony right now. I'm talking about Colby, your pregnant friend. She's pretty much like, I don't care if you're pregnant or not. If you're acting like a stooge, I'm gonna call you a stooge. And Christina's like, well, you have a big personality. So maybe because you have such a big personality, they feel like they need to be two stooges against you instead of just one. Lakita is just sitting there, like she seems really uncomfortable. I'm not sure this is necessarily the right stage for her because she doesn't even like, you could be the quiet friend that, offers maybe the voice of reason. You know what I mean? You don't have to be the messy friend, but she seems just off, uncomfortable, don't want to be here, doing this to help Bravo promote his business so he'd come home at night. So, girl, that's what Lakita, we doing that. We talking about District 78. We're gonna get it to the point where Bravo don't have to work so hard. I don't know. She's just giving me she's not giving me the same uncomfortable energy this girl Trisha over here on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Trisha came in talking all nervous and yeah, but she be swinging on poles and things. Trisha's a different type of energy. Lakita seems very uncomfortable in a way that like she doesn't want to be there. It's cool. I think, Christina came in with, we want to hear more from you. And it always seems like, Bravo's out front and you're behind him. Girl, you're supposed to be next to Bravo. Christina, shut up because nobody asked you anything about how they want to present in their relationship. Maybe she's behind Bravo because she's comfortable there. Not in a stay behind me way, but in a different kind of way. She says she ain't got those problems over there, Christina. Nobody asked you. I do not like unsolicited advice. That's very uncomfortable when you come at me telling me about my relationship and I didn't ask you nothing and you don't know no details. Christina, your husband ain't even living at your house. Lakita is like I said, she's uncomfortable. She talks about how and she gets very emotional talking about how Bravo be out in these streets and that's how she lost her father. But she said that happened when she's 6 years old. Her father lost his life because of, being out in the nightlife type situation. And so I feel like definitely it's triggering. Also, that she's very emotional, like her emotions are very raw, where she can't even talk about it, which seems odd a little bit that it happened, when you were 6 years old, because Bravo been out in these streets. It's not like he's been at home and then all of a sudden, girl, you picked a man that's outside. You picked a husband who is outside running these businesses out here in these streets with these women and they booties over here bent over shaking all up in it. We know what's out in the streets. That's why I told you last week, when he go to a game, you can go to a game. Like, don't stay stuck. If you get your girlfriends, like Christina ain't doing nothing. She want to be outside. Chelsea's outside. She's young and free and can do whatever. So, and I'm sure you have your own friend group. I'm just saying, you picked a man that's, his livelihood is being outside in the club life. And we know what's out there. Bravo, Mr. I work the grave shift. Mr. Detroit. And clearly they've had this conversation. Clearly at some point Bravo has said, I'm not out here in these streets doing anything with anyone. They've had that conversation before. Well, Christina and Kimberly meet up to have this conversation. And listen, I don't really see why they had to have this conversation, to be honest. Neither one of them wanted it. They sat down like, hello, how are you? I'm fine, how are you? It was so weird. What are we sitting down here to discuss? Both of them brought out a notebook. Kimberly brought out a notebook to discuss the reasons and things why they're no longer friends. So Christina then brought out her own notebook, which I thought was also very funny. Christina, Colby, and not Colby. Christina, Brandon, and Chelsea brought the funny this episode. I'm sorry, girl. She was like, I know this bitch was gonna have a notebook, so I got one too. So whatever she wrote down, I have some things written down too. Christina, are you being a Kobe cat over here? That's what Kimberly said. You go first, Christina. Okay, let me look at my notes. My note says, when we were over at District 78, you told me I want to be you. What does that mean? I felt like I was back at the debates where people be answering the question however they want to. Because Kimberly didn't really answer like directly. She told Christina, I feel like you're like trying to compete with me and I'm not even in a competition. So based on what I'm getting from what this lady was saying, is she feels like whatever PB&B and J, I don't know what her company name is. Whatever her company name is, they were doing this whole influencing thing first. And so she feels like after they were no longer friends, then Christina decided that she wanted to do influencing too. I feel like the whole idea of being an influencer as a career is constantly evolving and, moving. So if you want to choose a career as an influencer, you better keep up. They both said they like to do fashion design. They both said they were singers. Seems like they have a lot in common. So if I'm hanging out with somebody that has a lot in common with me, I shouldn't be surprised that we might gravitate towards the same thing. You sound crazy. I'm out here being a fashion designer, being beautiful and doing the things I'm doing, and I can make money. Like people are asking me to be their ambassadors and things. Why wouldn't you be an influencer? Because this lady already, Kimberly, because you did it first, that sounds stupid. And I don't know why both of them can't just do it. That one seems like this is an idea, Kimberly, since you say you're here for I support women. Y'all like to throw that out there. I support women. Okay, so then how about if me and my friend were both influencers, then that only can make our network bigger. Now I did it first. You're trying to be like me. I doubt it, Kimberly. So the conversation now leads over to this birthday party where Kimberly tells Christina that you spent the whole night at your birthday party talking about me. And I'm like, she did not spend the whole night. They were sitting there having a conversation. I saw some dancing and everybody seemed like they were having a good time over there after that weird ass, sit down moment at the dinner table. But the night was definitely not about you. And you're like, only 20 people showed up. I mean, how old is this girl? I feel like 20 people is a decent birthday party, girl. It wasn't a soiree, it was just a birthday party. That's why they could have just had it over here and stuff. And anyway, I'm gonna let that go. Wonder where she got these details from. Her friend, Dr. Latoya. Dr. Latoya took very, very detailed notes of the conversations and things. Kimberly said, you said I was at brunch trying to manipulate you with my tears and I was not crying. So what was you doing? Because you was, I just really, it felt like you was pretending to cry. Are you over here trying to manipulate things, Kimberly? Like you said that lady was doing? So they start going back and forth, and then Kimberly went under the table, started pulling things out, throwing them across the floor. The people were in the restaurant like, what the heck is happening over here? Kimberly, your old ass went in the closet and had the designs that you said she had, because she never said that your closet was full of her designs, but she damn sure said you had some and you did, because you brought it over here to this restaurant all balled up in a bag just to throw it on the floor. And now you look a fool. Again, this is the third pop-off. 5 episodes in, this is the third. We met you at a pop-off at the anniversary party. Where else was you popping off at? Now you over here at what they call it, Ponderosa. Snapping. Chelsea said that the people said, good girl, the streets are saying, why you talking about what the streets are saying about Christina. The streets apparently are saying that you be popping off. Now, I witnessed it twice myself. I was not crying. My face was beat, honey. I was beat. Okay. Okay, you could have been beat and crying at the same time, but we didn't think you were crying, so it's good. None of us bought it. We knew better than that. We know that you're not emotional about a friend that you're not friends with anymore, don't care to be friends with. Neither one of y'all. We don't need another powwow. These two don't like each other. And Kimberly seems to be one of these people that thinks she's more fabulous than everybody else, calling her holiday party a soiree. We used to do that back when we were making flyers and things. Anybody making flyers and things, calling things a soiree. So the big fight, the people marching for 3 weeks, that's what they gave us. That's how it ended. Now, I don't know if they're going to pick up at the fight with the clothes on the floor. I would like to know what happened after the lady threw the clothes on the floor. We'll see what happens next week. Next week, we can sit down and Kobe's in counsel with somebody. I don't know who that lady is. I don't know if it's her mother or whatever, but she said that she's been having some, I don't know, depression, disappointment about the sex of her baby. And I hope she makes her way through that. Kobe, I'm not going down that road with you. I hope that lady has some. Didn't Latoya do that for you? Do you have to really go have a sit down with a therapist? I hope that's your mother. Anyway. Anthony is having a man movement 2.0. So I don't know what 2.0 is. Maybe instead of 15 people, he'll have 25 people. We don't know what they're doing. I saw basketball. So he has an idea for an activity. Anyway, we're going to see what this man movement. We didn't talk about it. We didn't know anything about it. They did not let Anthony promote his man movement meeting event annually again. So we just found out about this, yesterday. Brandon wants Anthony to apologize to Chelsea. Why? I mean, that would be the nice thing to do, but him and Chelsea are not going to be engaging with each other. Chelsea is Christina's friend. If I were Chelsea, I would just talk shit about Brandon behind his back like you've been doing. Nobody trying to be friends with him, corny ass. Christina's back in the studio, but she can't sing without Brandon. Now, I don't know why that's a thing, because Brandon told her he didn't want her to sing in the first place. But here we are over in the studio. The ring didn't mean a thing. She can't perform without Brandon. So y'all, like the video, subscribe to my channel. Next Sunday, what we gonna do? We're gonna hang out over here in Detroit.